Here's my foot recovery plan for plantar fasciitis. I'm going to walk you through several things and show you how to take care of your feet. First thing you're going to do is within 72 hours of your initial plantar fasciitis injury, which for a lot of you, it's going to be hurting for a long time. So that's probably weeks or months before. But if you did hurt it with like trauma or something like that, like a one-time injury, you can ice it, but only within the first 72 hours. After that, we're going to discontinue icing, and we're going to go on to heating it up. The other thing about icing that I say is contrary to what other people are saying, I do not like the ice bottle rolling on your foot. When you take an ice bottle or a hard piece of ice and roll it on your foot, it numbs your foot and allows you to massage it too hard. So we're not going to do that at all, especially after 72 hours. What we're going to do instead is we're going to heat it and elevate it. That gives your body a chance to exchange fresh blood into the injured area, and it also feels way better heating than icing. And you can do that 2 to 3 times per day, and that's on the foot recovery plan right here. The second thing we're going to do is mobilize it. I'm going to show you some exercises on how to loosen up your foot and mobilize it. First one is foot front rolls, or foot rolls. I'm going to roll my pants legs up so you can see it. And what you're going to do is point your knee out, and you're going to roll your foot over the top, and then you're going to stretch back. And you're just going to do probably 10 reps, 2 to 3 times a day. And when you get out of bed is a great time to do it. So these are called foot rolls. The idea here is we're trying to loosen up not just the bottom of the foot, but also the top of your foot. So your foot's flexible all around. And you're not putting a lot of pressure. It's just a light foot roll. All right, next thing you're going to do before you get out of bed or when you're trying to mobilize it is ABCs. So basically you're going to go A, B, C, and you're just going to draw the alphabet letters with your foot. And do it with a straight knee so your ankle gets loosened up really well. And then the last thing you're going to do to mobilize it is I'm going to show you a massage technique for the foot. So you're going to self-massage, take both thumbs, and you're going to press into the arch, curl your toes down, and then back up. And again, you can see we're moving the joint through a full range of motion, and we're mobilizing that foot. And the key here is stay away from this area where the plantar fasciitis connects to the heel. You want to leave that alone and let it recover. And you can literally go all across your foot. So you can go all across the front, and then you can even use your hand like that to reach around and get the outside of your foot. And you're just kind of following that rhythm, and you're looking for any spot that potentially is really, really tight. And you can spend 2 to 3 minutes. We're going to do it 2 to 3 times a day. Next thing we're going to do is massage it. First we'll use the foot roller, and you're going to go outside of your foot, get it straight. You're going to go outside, middle, and then inside. And again, 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day to loosen up that foot. Next thing you're going to do is get your calf muscle. So you get your foot out in front where this is nice and loose, where there's not a lot of tightness in your calf. And you're going to bend down, and you'll do the middle. You'll do the inside, and then you'll do the outside. And it's the same idea, 2 to 3 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day. Next, we're going to stretch. And always stretch with your shoes on. And always keep your heel on the ground. I'm going to roll these up so you can see how to stretch. The biggest mistake people make with stretching is they stretch too aggressively and too often. 2 to 3 times a day is it. And you're going to stretch for feel and not time. I'm going to show you how to do it. So all you're going to do is you're going to get 1 foot back and 1 foot forward, and I've got a light stretch on my calf. You'll notice my heel is on the ground, and my hands are flat against the wall, and I've got a straight knee on the back leg, slightly bent on the front. Then you're going to switch, and what I like to do is rotations. So kind of like this, where I'm switching back and forth several times. And then the next stretch you're going to do is a bent knee, where you scoot a little closer to the wall, bend your knee, again a light stretch, your heels on the ground all the way. And you just rotate back and forth. And that's it, 2 to 3 times per day. So that's mobilize it, massage it, stretch it. And I'm going to give you a few more stretches to do as well. One is a quad stretch, just to loosen up the whole body. And you're just going to lightly stretch your quad like that, and then you can rotate back and forth. Same deal as when you were stretching your calves, straight leg, and bent knee. 2 to 3 times a day. And then you're going to do a pretzel stretch. There's 2 ways to do it. If you're not super flexible, then you'll just hug your knee and pull in like that. And then you'll switch to the other side, pull in like that. If you're a little more flexible, you'll actually bend that front knee and go elbow to the outside and look away. And then you would do the same thing over here. Oh, switch sides. And you can either do it straight knee, or you can bend that knee there and look this way. And then the last stretch is just touch your toes or straight out in front. If you can grab your toes, grab them. If you can't, you'll just sit like that. So there's rest it, mobilize it, massage it, stretch it. And then the last is strengthen it. So with strengthen it, you've got to do steps 1 through 4 before you strengthen it. You've got to make sure you've rested enough, you've mobilized, you've stretched, you've massaged, and then you can strengthen. I only recommend one exercise for strengthening your foot while it's injured. If it's not injured, you can go do the other stuff that's out there, but I'm going to give you one exercise to do to strengthen your foot. Not hanging your foot off a stair, not grabbing marbles with your feet. All those have been done with plantar fasciitis, and they've not been successful as this one. All you're going to do is you're going to do a 3/4 squat, and then you're going to do a calf raise at the top. 3/4 squat, calf raise at the top. So you can see from the side view, 3/4 squat, and then I'm calf raising at the top. You can add dumbbell weight to it, but if you think about it, you don't actually know if the problem's in your hip, your back, your quad, your foot. For some reason, your foot's taking too much impact. We're going to strengthen everything from top to bottom. And you do 3 sets of 10, 3 times a week. That would be your strengthening until your foot has fully recovered and you're at a pain level of 0. Then you can get back to doing some other exercises, weight classes, whatever you want to do normally. And make sure you do it at a progression that's not too fast and that's not too much. That's likely the reason you have the foot injury in the first place. Last thing we're going to do is during the day maintenance. Ask yourself these questions. Can I rest it? Stop and mobilize it. Stop and massage it. Stop and stretch it. And stretching is okay without mobilizing and massaging. You can stretch through the day, but I don't want you to overstretch. 2 to 3 times again is it for the day. And make sure your stretching again is not too aggressive. If you have any other issues or questions, just send us a message on Facebook and we'd be happy to answer more questions.